Please help Ma to reach 1,000 subscribers. That night she looked straight at me and lied. It wasn't only what she said, it was the tone, the hesitation, the way her eyes avoided mine. Like she thought I wouldn't notice the tiny cracks in her voice. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't demand an explanation. I didn't plead for honesty. I simply walked away. Not because I wanted to, but because I knew if I stayed I'd lose myself clinging to someone who had already let go. I thought it was over. And for a while it was. Until she returned. Her eyes wet, her hands clutching a confession, and the truth I had longed to hear finally in front of me. It began subtly, messages delayed, vague replies, plans that were more often cancelled than kept. The woman who used to share everything had become a stranger I barely recognized. When I asked if something was wrong, she smiled too quickly and said, "I'm just tired, don't worry." But my instincts screamed otherwise. That space between suspicion and hope became my world for weeks. Then it all collapsed in a single night. She went out, didn't check in, came home late, faint traces of another man lingering in her scent. I asked simply, "Were you really with your friends?" She blinked once, smiled and said, "Of course you don't trust me now." Nothing else. No stumble, no hesitation. The lie was delivered cleanly and something inside me snapped quietly. I didn't shout. I didn't throw anything. I just put on my jacket and left, her, the house, everything we had built, because love without honesty isn't love. It's just surviving. And I refused to survive anymore. That week I moved out. No dramatic messages, no blocking, only silence. I thought she'd reach out eventually to explain or beg. But there was nothing. Just emptiness. And in a strange way it made letting go a little easier. I told myself I wasn't worth her fight, that she had moved on without hesitation. Slowly, clumsily I began to heal. Almost 10 months passed. I laughed again genuinely without the constant worry of where she was or who she was with. Until one night, a knock at my door shattered the peace. It was too late for a friend or a delivery. I opened it and she was there, different, worn yet real. Her eyes were puffy. In her hands she held a small, bent envelope. She didn't greet me. She only asked, "Can I speak with you for a minute?" Curious, I stepped aside. She perched on the edge of the couch like it might give way beneath her, and then she broke down. "I lied," she whispered. "I wasn't with my friends that night. I was with him. I didn't sleep with him, I swear. But I let things go too far. When I saw your face that night, I panicked. I lied because I was ashamed. I thought if I admitted the truth I'd lose you, but I lost you anyway." She handed me the envelope. Inside was a letter, dated 6 months ago. She had written it repeatedly but never sent it, each time too afraid to face the consequences. The letter spilled her truth, how it began, why it happened, the guilt that consumed her, the torment of silence that had torn her apart. "I've read it," I said, hands trembling. She rose to leave. "I don't expect forgiveness," she said softly. "I just needed to tell you. You deserve the truth even if it's too late." She turned to go and for a moment, I let her leave again. But this time I spoke. "You lost me the moment you lied. But what happened tonight, that was real." Tears streamed down her face. "So, what now?" I looked at her, at the woman I once loved, and at the person standing before me finally honest. I realized what we needed most was healing. Together or apart, only time would tell. No more lies. She nodded quietly. "Thank you," she whispered. And when she walked out, it didn't hurt like before. To anyone betrayed by someone they love, know this. Sometimes the one you trust most will break your heart silently. Sometimes they return not to repair but to admit they were never whole. If this story reaches you in a place of pain, remember, you are not alone. Truth may not erase the hurt, but it gives you the power to heal. And that choice is where peace begins. Please help Ma to reach 1,000 subscribers.